These are all due tomorrow, right?
The 3 ones I handed at the beginning, due tomorrow at 10:30 because I'm gonna snag the last hour and a half from Miss J. Or what's that, 2.5 hours? An hour and a half.
Oh, yeah.
10:30, right? Is a break? Not 9:30. An hour and a half. Yourselves, I cannot help you.
For PTCE,
Yeah, we have an extra, so what is that? Are you sure? Anyone who has an extra homework, remember you got 3 sets of homework. Let me find you one. Because I made it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm gonna start quantity to be dispensed now. Brian, just stay so I can give you a copy. Are you sure you have the others?
Yeah, I got the other one.
Why are we short one then? Let's see which one that is. Just a back-to-back. Let me see which one. It's just the back-to-back. 1 to 10 questions. ml per hour.
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. Let's start. I should start there. I don't want. Let's start. Quantity to be dispensed. Okay. You should see your packet has a formula on top. Okay. This topic means quantity to dispense. How much do you have to give to the patient? So it's quantity. So your answers can be number of tablets, number of capsules, or ml. Okay? Or ounce. It depends on the question. Or teaspoon. Depends on the question, right? So you have 3 pages. It will say D over H times Q. First page has a specific instruction. It says calculate for a single dose. Take note. Dose, same as per dose. And it's the same as per administration. So on a test, they may say calculate the amount of drug per dose. Calculate the amount of drug per administration. These are all one and the same. Is that clear? I want you to know what you're going to be faced with. Okay. You'll always have a prescription on or an order. Okay. Amoxicillin is our first prescription, 500 mg BID times 10 days. Okay. The supply or the one available in the pharmacy is an amoxicillin 250 milligram capsules. So you receive this prescription. You tell the patient, I'm sorry, I cannot give you that because you have a prescription of 500, but we only have 250. No, You do the math. Okay? Remember, this first page is single dose per dose. So, if the prescription is 500 milligrams BID for 10 days, does the BID matter? No, not for single dose, because BID means 2 times a day. Does the 10 days matter? No, this is for the entire duration of treatment. So how do we calculate this? You do have a formula on top, right? That formula only works for tablets and capsules. Listen to me. Formula only works for tablets and capsules. But since it's capsule, let's try to make it work. What did the doctor desire for the patient? 500 milligrams. What do you have in the pharmacy? 250 per dose. The answer is 2 caps. That is the per dose answer. Instead of giving the patient 1 capsule of 500 milligrams, because you only have 250, you give the patient what? 2 caps. Right? Because you have to double it. Can you do ratio proportion on this one? Yeah. If 1 tablet is 500 milligrams, how many tablets is 250 milligrams or capsules? Is that clear? Okay. Now I'll move on to the next page. It has another instruction. The next page said, calculate for single day. And single day is the same as following. Now, if this is still my prescription, which I think still is, right? Number 10. Prescription number 10. It's still amoxicillin, right? It's still 500, it's still BID, and it's still 10 days. And the supply is still 250 milligram capsule. Does the BID matter on single day now? Yeah. So I should leave this alone. Does the 10 days matter? No. So what do? I already know that per dose is 2 caps. What do I do next? Multiply by 2, then that is your 4 caps. That becomes your per day. Are you following? Last page. Calculate for total volume. Can you put a slash? Total quantity. Because it's not always ml. It can be tablets and capsules as well. Now, I know prescription number 19 is different. But pay attention to the board. If this is still my prescription, does the BID matter for total quantity? Yes. Does the 10 days matter for total quantity? Yes. So I leave it alone. And if I'm to continue, what do I do next for total quantity? Multiply it by 10. And my answer should be 40 total quantity. So caps. But that's not 19. This is just, I'm moving on to this so that you know when each part is important. Pay attention, number 19 is not the same exact prescription. Number 19, I just want them to see the flow, okay? Refreshment. Number 19 is not the same exact prescription. Number 19 is a TID, am I correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Which means same process. However, this will change. We're on total quantity now, right? You still have 500, but this time it's TID. Whatever we got here, we need to give 2 caps per dose, right? What do I do with this one? Times 3. What do I do with this one? Times 10. Total would be 60 what? Horses? caps. There you go. Full calculation. Let's go to the liquid part. Liquid part, let's do number 5. Same. We're going to do page 1, page 2, page 3 again. Did you get this one? It's just multiplication. But here's the kicker. Pay attention to the instruction. Students sometimes fail this class because of this quiz. They calculated the total quantity when the instruction was very specific. It says per dose or per administration. And the PTCE will do the same thing to you. It'll give you options that are total quantity and per day, but the instruction says calculate the per administration dose. Pay attention to the instructions. It's not a test whether you know the math or what. Yeah, it's a test whether you know the math, but primarily whether you know how to follow instructions. Let's do number 5. Number 5, I don't like using the D over H times Q. Why? It's confusing. I like using ratio and proportion once I see it's in liquid form. Okay? So let's do this. The order, number 5, prescription number 5, is Lasix 60 mg times 15 days. Your supply, what you have in your pharmacy, is furosemide. Why is it furosemide? Can we give furosemide for Lasix? Yes, furosemide is the generic of Lasix. 10 milligram per ml. I like using ratio and proportion for this part. Why? Because this is in liquid form, it's in fraction form already, right? So it just makes sense to do ratio and proportion. But for the first page, the instruction is per dose. I better cancel some things out first. Does the 15 days matter? Did I miss something? QD. I missed the QD. Okay, does the QD matter? No, though it's only one. Yeah, I'll still cross it out just so we can have that pattern. Dose? No. Let's proceed. How do we do this? Ratio and proportion. Well, I already have a working fraction I can see, right? 10 milligram for every milliliter. There's an invisible 1 over there, right? So this is your have side. And then what do we do? What do we have? 60 mg over x ml. If you want to, this is your desired side. That's how I'd work it, right? Cross multiply, 60 divided by 10 is 6 ml. That's my per dose. Now say, for example, this is the prescription. What's my per day? Does the QD matter now? Yes. So even if it's times 1, that becomes your 6 ml per day. If I want to calculate the total quantity, does the 15 days matter? Yes. So what do I do next? And then I have my total quantity, which becomes 6 times 15 is 90 ml. I'm not looking at the packet. I don't know if it's the same exact prescription, but I want you to know the flow. Which one is important in the puzzle pieces? So number 5. Let's go number 14, QD 15 days. Yes, it's the same prescription. So 6 ml per day. And then let's go prescription number 23. Same exact? No. This became BID, right? So to calculate prescription number 23, you'll have to redo the whole thing. I mean, from here. You see that? Okay. So this is your per dose. What do you do with BID? For number 23. multiply by 2. What do you do with 15? This becomes 180. Without me doing the math, I saw that my first answer was 90 ml and the only difference was BID. I just multiply that answer by 2. 90 times 2 is because it's total quantity. Are you following? Now work on this. You can work on it per page, or you can do it page 1, page 2, page 3. But I'd rather that you work on it per page. Why? You know that page 1 is per dose. You're going to cross out everything that says BID, TID. You get it? And then page 2 is per day. You're going to cross out the number of days, 15 days, 10 days, right? And then page 3 is total quantity. You're not going to cross out anything. You need everything. Yes? Okay. I want to borrow you, but I think it's not a good timing, huh? You understood? Okay, we got to do this today. All of it. Page 1, page 2, and page 3. So you know the answers. But did you